Inside Perfect Effects, you have a couple different options for how to selectively apply what parts of the image you want that effect to be added to. When you add an effect inside the effects stack, it'll automatically come with a white layer mask, which means that the effect is being applied to your entire image. If I want to remove any of that effect, I have a couple different ways of doing that, and the first is by using the masking brush tool. Once I select it, all of a sudden I'll have a tool options bar at the top of my screen. First, you'll want to make sure that you select either Paint Out, which means that I'm painting out the effect, or I can paint back in an effect that I've already removed. So I'm going to go ahead and select Paint Out and show you how it works. I've applied a warmish filter to this image, so if I drag my brush along the leaves, you'll notice that that warmth and that crispness is being removed only in the area that I'm painting over. To undo, all I need to do is press Ctrl or Command C, and it'll remove whichever stroke I had just applied. Back up in the tool options bar, you'll see that you can change the size of your brush. You can also change the amount of feathering around the edge of your brush, and then you can change the opacity of the brush, which will allow you to change how much of the effect you remove or add back in when you use the brush. Now the last thing here is called the Perfect Brush, and this is our edge detection brush. And once it's selected, I can go into part of an image. I'm going to make sure that the center of my brush is over the area that I want to paint out. And once I click, you'll see that it's removing the effect from just the shirt and it's leaving the leaves alone. This can be a great way to selectively go through and choose which parts of the image you want to remove. Now, if I accidentally go over part of the image that I didn't want to, I can go back up to my mode, I can select Paint In, and I can paint back in the effect where I need to. You'll see in your effects stack that all of a sudden there's a black area where that blue shirt is. And that means that that's the area of the image that you're not applying the effect to. Now, on the right-hand side of your toolbar, you'll see an invert button, which allows you to invert the mask that you've just created. And then you can also go ahead and reset it. So if you've made a whole bunch of changes and you don't really like what you've done, all you need to do is press the reset button and it'll remove whatever painting you've done and it'll apply a white mask to your entire image so you can start from scratch.